Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greetings and welcome to episode 266 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
And my name is Barbara. Again.
What's happening, Barb? How are you?
Same.
Yeah.
You know my answer.
Yeah.
It's the end of the month, so we're recording this on a Friday. It's 2:00, and it's the end of the month.
Do you think people would understand if we stopped doing episodes at the end of the month just because you're so busy?
No.
No, probably not.
No, I don't.
And I wouldn't let you anyways.
And I wouldn't want to. But I'm in a good mood. My girlfriend, Sharon Belak, for those of you that know Sharon, she goes to every single race of the future. She retired, and I am going to have an epic party on Saturday night for her. And so I've just been getting everything ready and just prepared. It's going to be epic. I had to tell all my neighbors, I'm like, there's going to be a load of cars and a lot of noise. Because us demolitions, we know how to party.
This might actually be your last episode then, is what I'm hearing.
Well, it's at my house, so I told
well,
everybody, just make sure you Uber there and Uber home and just be safe. So
wow. How long has she been with Knight?
Freaking like 42 years.
Are you serious?
Yes. And my dad's coming and my mom's coming. It's just really, so I'm excited. So I'm busy, but I'm like super excited.
Yeah. What's she like, employee number 4 or something?
I bet. Yeah. She was one of my dad's first.
Wow. That's insane. Good for her.
Yeah. And she's retiring young. I mean, she's like 61 or something. And she just decided I'm out.
Even
so
doubly
good for
her.
I'm jealous. I'm mad and I'm sad. All in the same,
Sure.
frame, so.
You think she's still going to go to FDLA just to hang out?
No.
She's done.
But hell, she redid my lawn and remulched and went and fixed the backyard and bought lights. I'm like, dude, can you go grocery shopping for me next week? Clean my house. Just kidding, of course. But yeah, she's my best bud.
She retires and you get a personal assistant.
I get the benefit.
Yeah,
yes.
Nice. It's
not
a bad deal. Go check on the dogs. Yeah. Or the cat or whatever you have these days.
4 cats, 3 cats. Yeah.
Yeah, you need someone to help.
I know. All right. So let's go.
We have to talk about it because we're only 2 weeks away.
Course.
And I know you're dying to get into some better weather.
Yeah. Well, that's funny.
So we're going to be at Lab Day West in just 2 weeks, so it's pretty amazing. We're going to be at the Ivoclar room recording May 12th and the 13th. Just imagine, it's Mother's Day weekend, sunny California weather, and a whole bunch of dental stuff going on.
Yeah, what more could you want?
Exactly. So come see us. We'll be with Ivoclar. Head over to lmtmag.com, register, and you can be on the podcast just like this episode.
And we really like recording live. Like, it's just so much energy at those shows and being face to face, and I just love it. So I'm excited. Just saying.
But this week we're going to feature 3 more fantastic conversations that we got while we were at the Ivoclar Ballroom during Lab Day Chicago.
Right.
Now, whenever we record together, I try not to record until you finally wake up and get down to the table where we're recording.
Yeah. I think that was a dig, but go for it.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes you a little longer to get ready. I understand.
But don't just do it.
So this first interview, I kind of start without you.
And that's fine. It's more your thing, so keep going.
But when Alan Banks from Rowe Dental Lab stops by and is willing to come on the podcast, I don't say no. I don't say come back. I don't say, hey, Alan, I got to wait for Barb.
Agreed.
I say, no, let's do this.
Right.
So Alan comes on and talks about his many rows at rolls. Alan talks about his many rolls at Rowe and also his new exciting way they have developed to take a more accurate full arch implant impression using custom scan bodies called grammetry.
That's a cool name.
Now you know why I nerd out on this so much.
I know why you nerd out.
Alan breaks down the why, the how, and what this interesting method is and how it can help labs and offices do everything just as good without having to invest in the expensive photogrammetry. Now you see where the grammetry comes from.
Totally do. I see how it all...
Good stuff.
Yep. All right.
And then we meet Millie Tang. Millie owns a zirconia manufacturing company in China that ships to over 40 countries.
And she waited and waited and waited to talk to us, by the way. She was super sweet.
Super patient. The company is called Hunan V-Smiles Biotechnology.
That's one hell of a name.
It is. It sounds very scientific.
I agree.
And Millie talks about her goal of one day turning it into the next Henry Schein.
And that's a lofty goal, lady. I love it.
Yes. And then we wrap up the whole episode talking with Monica Buchanan. Monica is a CDT orthotech who talks about some of the crazy appliances. Talks about some of the crazy appliances.
Appliances, for Christ's sake.
Appliances.
Crazy
appliances that she makes. Her experiences taking the CDT test virtually, which is awesome.
Yes.
And how she is spending some of her time at Lab Day Chicago.
Whew, that was tough, Elvis. Good job getting through that.
Yeah, people don't appreciate the effort we put into these.
That was a clap. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
So join us from the Ivoclar Ballroom as we chat with Alan Banks, Millie Tang, and Monica Buchanan. Are you attending the LMT Lab Day West Show in Garden Grove, California?
You gotta join Ivoclar as they continue to celebrate their 100-year anniversary in the dental industry.
At Lab Day West, you can get up close and personal with Ivoclar's digital technology, materials, and an epic speaker lineup. Learn firsthand from many of the industry's leading dental professionals as they share their tips and tricks for success.
Come and hear Raphael Santric, Jed Archibald, Steve Hatch, and experience the hands-on courses from Janelle Tabakovich and Pat Kuhn.
For a full listing of speakers, simply visit lmtmag.com and register today.
Also, we have to have a shout out to the podcast. Come see Elvis and I, Voices from the Bench, as this will be our home from May 12th to the May 13th.
That's right, we're heading out west. Come by to say hi, be on the podcast, tell us what inspires you, or heck, just give Ivoclar a happy 100-year message. And as always, we appreciate your support of the podcast, Ivoclar.
Hey, it's Candulor from Switzerland. Whether digital or analog, there are many ways to work in removable prosthetics. And you decide how you want to work at your bench. We provide you the materials to do so. With our new X molds of the Physioset TCR tooth line, you can cover a large part of your daily work. Whether complete dentures, partial dentures, or hybrid prosthetics, there is always a solution. Our Swiss School of Prosthetics in Springfield, Missouri will be happy to teach you a few more things you learn for life, right? You'll be supported and supplied by our authorized dealer, Edmunds Dental Supply. Check out our website, candulor.com. Candulor, high-end only.
Voices from the Bench. The interview.
Yeah, you do.
Can never land a plane.
Yeah.
Alan Banks, Row Dental Lab. How are you, sir?
Is it go time?
It's go time.
Oh, man. This is like Rogan. This
Yeah.
is so badass.
So,
am I allowed to swear?
yes, we encourage it, actually. We don't care.
You go in like that?
We bleep it out, and it's funny.
Oh, well, blankety blank blank blank.
So, Alan, like I mentioned, you're with Row.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've been to Row a few times.
Yeah.
Beautiful lab.
You presented for us on our request.
A few times, actually.
On what some people might think of as not the most exciting thing, but we thought it was the most exciting thing. Implant components, parts, and how do you make them work?
Attachments and balls.
Yeah, right. Right. You were talking about little balls, which I left the room because I was embarrassed.
Bit too close to home.
I said, I can't look at these people in the eye. I know there's a lot of people in the room with small balls, and I just...
We love our minis. So, Alan, you've been with Row for a long time, right?
Since January of 2001.
Wow, that's a long time.
Something like that. Yeah, right around that.
So what's your role at Row?
It's changing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been vice president of a whole bunch of stuff for the past several years.
Is that the official whole bunch of stuff on the card?
Yeah, because people always I don't mean it like that, but when they ask, hey, what do you do at Row, and it just turns into a speech, and I don't like that.
I get you. You don't have it.
Yeah. So I just say VP of a bunch of stuff, and if they dig into it, then it's quality control, customer support, inbound, outbound. It's technical assistance, chairside support, guided surgery, R&D, marketing, and sales.
So a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. At the lab, we call it carpet and tile. I handle carpet, and another VP handles tile. So actual manufacturing is Joe.
Sure.
And anything off the tile is Alan.
There you go.
Yeah,
there
carpet and tile.
That's awesome. What a great way to put it.
The other guy, the tile guy, has been there since he was 17.
And how old is he now? 19?
48.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah,
Holy.
his whole life. His whole life,
Wow.
from waxing teeth as a kid, and now he runs the whole.
He's never worked at any other lab?
No, that's it.
Have you ever worked at another lab?
No.
No?
No. Background non-dental. Alan, how'd you get into dental? I married the owner's wife. That sounds terrible. Can you bleep that out?
Married the owner's wife?
I married the owner's sister. You got to bleep out the wife part. I married BJ's sister.
Oh, I did not know that.
BJ's my fraternity brother from the late 80s.
And he's now your brother-in-law.
Yes, and my boss.
And your boss.
Yeah.
How's that dynamic work?
Oh, it's all good. I mean, he and I have been friends since I hazed him when he was a pledge at our fraternity. way back machine.
Sure. How's a holiday dinner with all that? Is it just all teeth, or does he cut it off?
His family is just super, and actually he almost indirectly insists on not talking about work.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
important.
we just don't talk about Bruno during any holidays.
Sure.
It's actually very nice.
I bet it would be hard to turn it off, but I'm glad that you do.
Yeah. Yeah, my family's spread out all over the country. I let them adopt me years and years ago, so it's a nice little family thing going on there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were married to BJ's sister.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 kids.
How long have you been married to her?
Well,
since you started at Row?
Well, our it's the year 2000.
Really?
So it's easy to keep track of.
Yeah, there you go.
See that?
I see your timeline.
Easier
so
than most people.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right? How did I get the job? They had to fight me off,
So lately with Row, I've been seeing something online. Grammetry.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
I see it all over the place, and honestly, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, we turned our marketing machine on it.
I see it everywhere.
About 3 months ago. And it started out as something we were trying to invent last year for months, and that is a scannable IVJ.
What's an IVJ?
Well, an implant verification jig.
Oh, okay.
So instead of just dental flossing and drilling a bunch of posts together that you have to take out and go stick in a model,
sure,
we wanted to lace together somehow scan bodies, and so you could just stay in the mouth and scan it, and it's digitized instantly.
So you place the scan bodies.
Yeah.
You jig them together in the mouth.
Yes.
And then you scan that.
That's the idea.
Interesting.
Right, that's what I thought. And so me and a very talented technician at the lab did prototypes and spent a lot of money getting some really good milling centers to send us prototypes.
Yeah.
And we would put digital calipers on them, and we just couldn't nail it down to, 9.0001.
Yeah.
We're off. And if you're off, you're off.
You're off.
Now,
with especially with bars and stuff.
Right. Yeah. With resin, you can be a little off because resin squishes, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like photogrammetry, you can squish the resin a little, but when you take that thing out of the mouth, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
So there we have the best of both worlds. If you can scan it in the mouth and get away with squishy resin, take it out of the mouth and stick it in a model, then you can fabricate a titanium bar or zirconia bridge perfectly. So there's the two worlds.
So the idea is this is a way to not get into photogrammetry, which is like uber expensive? Or?
Well, that's what it evolved into. Initially it was how do we scan something in the mouth that isn't separated by tissue and blood and sutures.
Yeah.
And because most scanners, they just fail when you have anything moving.
Yeah.
If because a lot of the stuff is in live surgery.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand how they get most of that accurate.
Yeah. And how do they even do it on a healed ridge 6 months down the road where everything is static and the patient isn't even salivating? It still struggles with capturing. So, sure, you can capture it, but can you do it to the micron level that you want to fabricate? No, you can't.
It's close enough.
Right, close enough. And there's one system out there that they do it. They string it all together, they scan it, and they go to finals. And he's done a nice job with it. If you don't mind, I'm not going to bring up any names at all during. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do it. That's all right. But he's done a nice job with it. But the problem is you can't pop it out of the mouth and then stick it in a model. So you're stuck in the digital world.
Oh.
And if you go line up 50,000 lab techs and say, what do you want? Do you want an intraoral scan of a full mouth of implants, or do you want a stone cast?
Stone cast.
Stone cast. That's what they're going to pick every time.
Sure, every time.
Now, if you ask a CAD expert today, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a stone model that's perfect with analogs in it and a digital representation of it? Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Both. I'll answer that for you.
Yeah.
They want both.
Yeah, they do.
Because they can start pushing a mouse today. A bunch of mouse pushers can start working on it right now and then go work with the model and put their scan bodies on it and do all that kind of stuff in 6 months when they make a final. But today, they want to make something that goes in the mouth in 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, but they want to be able to use a verified model, a perfect model to go to a final and not have any guesswork.
So are you talking about scanning this chair side?
Yeah.
And printing a model chair side?
No, printing a prosthesis with no copings.
Oh, you're going right to
Oh,
it.
yeah, thousands of them. And it's brilliant. And the best part of it is, there's all these quote-unquote scientists out there who are claiming the 3 microns, the 5 microns, and the 12 microns. But for squishy resin on the day of surgery, 50, you can't tell the difference between 0 and 50. Doesn't matter. And as soon as you tighten the screws down, it all works. I mean, they've proven it for tens of thousands of cases.
So you need certain scan bodies, or any scan bodies do you jig together?
Well, that's why we were developing something, because you wouldn't just loot together a bunch of desk scan bodies. You wouldn't do it. You could do it, but you wouldn't do it. Yeah, because you want the whole scan body to scan.
You need the whole scan.
You can't go blob it up with a bunch of Duralay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you get 3 points on the top, it won't work.
Yeah. It might work, but it probably won't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need some accuracy.
So you guys are developing a scan body.
Well, we did. That is what we did last year, and we were having prototypes, and we were scanning it and testing it and measuring it and milling to it. Titanium, zirconia, everything fail.
Oh, geez.
But we had the concept. And then we ran into a young man at a trade show who came up to us and had a handful of little scan bodies. He goes, "What do you think of these?" And I said, "Oh, shit." Because
Welcome, Barb.
I know.
It was, hey, Barb.
Good morning.
And this was Danny and his a partner, a prosthodontist, who's a serious mouse pusher. That's my little coin term.
Yeah.
Serious mouse pusher.
Pencil pusher, but now it's a mouse pusher.
Mouse with math and science, and he did it in his prosthodontist group. And
he made his own scan bodies?
Well, he did.
That's some nerding out, man.
Yeah, he did.
Your own scan bodies?
But he had one vision of it. Yeah, I got this scannable scan body thing. And then Danny, his partner, goes, "Oh, wait a minute, don't tell anybody about that. Let's get some paperwork on this thing first."
Yeah. So they patent it?
Yeah. They're patenting it. It's on the way. But he had this little handful of scan bodies. And at the trade show, BJ is the one who, the owner of the lab.
Yeah, sure.
He saw this. He's like, okay, because he knew we were working on this thing.
Yeah.
So he sends me a picture of it. And I said, "Oh, get that guy to fly out here." I said, "I got to meet this guy." So he sent us a kit. We scanned it. We tested it. We didn't say anything for a while. I mean, weeks and weeks we were testing it. We went to the mouth. We worked a couple of KOLs. And that was a holy crap moment.
Are you allowed to talk about what's different with these scan bodies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've made 1,000 cases with it now. That's part of the marketing. The scan body is essentially a scan body that follows a lot of the normal rules. It's rounded. It has a little bevel side on it. Yeah. It's easy to do the little points. But it has what we call a horizontal wing and a vertical wing. The vertical wing goes straight up posteriorly to the scan body, and then the horizontal wing jets out vertical and then horizontal into the mouth.
Okay.
And both of those wings have holes in them for luting.
So you flow the thread or the...
Well, no, they built a little metal frame.
Oh, it just snaps in?
It fits on it, and then you loot the frame to the opti splint jigs. So the real trick is shrinkage, right?
Yeah.
So you tip all these lingual horizontal wings until they're just about touching. Then you overcome shrinkage, and then you lute the frame to them. And then for their first 100 cases they did in the mouth, you scan the thing in the mouth. And then you take it out, you scan the tissue and the healing collars, and you scan the screws for the tads, for the breadcrumbs. You've already scanned all that before surgery for the bite. I won't go through that whole process, but it's just kind of like photogrammetry, the same type of records, except now you're doing it for about $300 instead of $50,000.
You're just using your intraoral scanner,
yeah.
And then that kit is like $300.
Yeah.
Is it all metal?
It's aluminum.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just incredible. And so all these photogrammetry machines are all in back order, right? I mean, I've been waiting for 18 months. We'll just buy this kit and do a surgery tomorrow. Oh, really? Yeah. It's repeatable. And he goes, and what's more is you get the best of both worlds. You've scanned the mouth, and then you've taken the jig and you stuck it in the mail to the laboratory, and you fabricate a zirconia next week.
But
on a model.
From that jig, you're also printing a temporary.
Right instant. Yeah, right. We did 2-hour turnaround. You get an STL file to print in your printer and print for 45 minutes. Cure, clean, pinkify, screw in the mouth, and you can do it with a desk screw, or you can do it with a Rosen screw, or a PB, or you can do. We have a grammetry screw that's coming out. So all these little screws that work, to wedge themselves.
You guys are making another screw.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this industry needs.
Yeah,
you
we need one screw.
Well,
one more.
Well, I mean that is what she said.
I know. I was thinking that too.
But you didn't say it.
Said it though.
You should have said it instead of me. I'm going to embarrass myself.
I was thinking it though.
You want to hear something about a really cool screw?
Yes.
This one you can, and you'll chuckle at this, you can raise and lower this as fast as you want. No, but you can raise and lower this thing in the channel, so material thickness. So if you want a zirconia, you can lower it because you need the space.
Is the screw cuttable?
No, it's virtual. In the channel, you raise and lower the screw. It's got long threads, but you have material under it.
Yeah.
So do you have titanium or zirconia or resin?
You need more for resin,
right?
Less for titanium.
So you just raise it in the channel.
Interesting. Wow. But there's only one screw.
There's only one screw
for length.
Yeah,
one screw. Which one
yeah.
you
Yeah,
That's
it's just how many threads you're going to engage. That's all.
That's actually a really good idea.
It's a brilliant idea, and it's a wedge.
Sure.
So it's a wedge, but it's also a positive seat. So unlike the Dan Rosen screw, which is I like Dan Rosen screw, asterisk, we do like it. We plan a lot, but it's all a wedge.
Yeah,
so the forces are out.
Yeah.
And the desk screw, all the forces are down. And all little prosthetic screws, the forces are all down. So this one has both. A little bit of wedge and a little bit of down, and it nestles in there. It also comes with a special driver. So
of course, thanks.
And that part sucks because you can't use any other. But it's a angled screwdriver.
Oh, another angled screwdriver.
So now we're fixing mess-ups with freehand by positioning that hole wherever we want it in 18 degrees, right? So we get these cases coming in, and the hole's coming right out of number 9.
Yeah.
We bring it to the cingulum.
And you can do that chair side on the temp.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, because there's no coping. So we have
total
control.
Yes.
So raise the screw head up, channel it towards the cingulum, and you just fixed your whole problem. Get it?
Yeah.
And if you're in the posterior, you're not in the middle of the central fossa.
Sure.
You're not in the cingulum areas. You're poking it. We can fix almost all those things, and we can do it we can mill it in zirconia as well. Same screw.
It's more amazing to me that you can do that for the temporary.
Yeah.
Usually temporaries, if you're coming out,
you're stuck.
You're like, well, it won't be there in the final. We'll fix it later.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah, and we never do. No.
Well, what they end up doing is swapping out a multi-unit abutment with total PETA.
Yeah.
Change the MUA to a different angle.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass, put a big hole in the prosthesis, pick it up, start all over again. Don't like it. So change the screw. I mean, angled screw, ASC is kind of changing the market out there for that. But you still got to buy the component. You're still limited. You're still limited by platforms. And, Preach's done a good job with making them for all these different systems. But I think, my opinion is where we're going with this the ability to scan a scan body, the ability to fix screw channel, the ability to do it with guided surgery, freehand, anything like that, any type. And also be able to design a prosthesis in about 2 hours and send the doctor a file for them to print in their office is badass.
That is very bad. And I like the fact that everyone thinks you need the expensive photogrammetry.
Right. Right. You don't need it.
I mean, it's fun. They're neat to use,
Yeah.
but they're expensive.
Yeah. And little hint to the future. Where do you see some of these studies we're doing on Photo G?
Not as accurate as we thought, or
Yeah, I'm gonna see a little deviation in the numbers. It's kind of wild.
Snap.
It's actually sitting last night, the guy doing the studies, and it's kind of remarkable. I mean, like I said, if you're between 0 and 50 microns, you can get away with that with resin.
Yeah.
But that number's got to start dropping down when you're in metal or zirconia. It
Zirconia,
just has
yeah.
to. Because if you're at 30 microns on a cantilever and you torque the screw down, it's going to break now or it's going to break later.
Yeah, especially for eliminating the tie base. We got to even be
Yeah,
more accurate.
If you have a perfect model, tie base is the ultimate equalizer because you got cement.
Yep.
But if you don't have tie base, you're toast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
if you're
gotta
not
be
perfect.
Perfect.
Every case that we have done, we've sent to Nobel to have them mill the bridges because we don't even trust ourselves. We don't trust any.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just kind of maybe towing into that with a couple of doctors milling, but we do because they have their tolerance is probably a little too tight. They're like 2 to 3 microns
Nobel is?
before they'll ship a zirconia bridge out the door.
Jeez.
So you can imagine. I mean, they have like I don't know how many 3-4 ton mills that that people can walk in. So they have the ability to do 2 to 3 microns, but it fails if it's not. It's above an industry standard.
Sure.
But my point is that they can do it. If we give them the file, they can mill it. We design it, they can mill it.
You've done how many? Like thousands?
Oh, of cases. But Procera bridges, I don't know, 150, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this stuff's all kind of new.
Sure.
So all these patients are walking around in resin now, and they got to start working their way towards the final. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And who came up with this name, geometry?
Well, it's grammetry.
Grammetry, sorry.
Geometry was Einstein's predecessor, Heinz. No, I'm just. I'm just messing with you.
He always do that.
I took it 3 times in high
I
school.
knew he was going to mispronounce that. But.
You mean the same class 3 times? Yeah. Nice job. Nice job. It's grammetry.
Grammetry.
I like that name, actually.
I kind of did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Take credit, man.
You should.
Our marketing guy's going to go, I did it. No, I did it.
Yeah.
I did. And
just because it's you, I'm going to call it geometry all the time.
Well, we had all kinds of little catchy things we're going to come up with, but we thought we'd just take the photo off of photogrammetry.
Yeah.
Right? Because, and photogrammetry is not exactly revolutionary.
Right.
I mean, photogrammetry has been around since, like, the Second World War.
Yeah. They did it for, like, cars and stuff.
Well, even before, originally, my understanding is that they would fly over enemy territory with these special cameras and pick up the topography of the land. Oh. And then they could restructure it or whatever back home, and they go, oh, well, this is what
I heard that weather balloon had one on top.
It had 2,700 of them. Yeah. They pretty much have America now.
Yeah.
They rebuilt America on the west side of China, printed America.
I do hear Apple Maps is going to be really accurate soon.
Oh man, Steve set the tone for that, didn't he? Is that his name, Steve Jobs?
Well, that's super fascinating.
Yeah,
what you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see more of it. I mean, it's not going to be a Row exclusive, is it? Or?
No, it's not. And
you guys usually don't do that. I
mean, we originally started rolling it out to the Chrome Guided Smile network of labs, just because we know what they do, what they're capable of doing. Kind of trusted them, and then anybody can just buy it on the store.
Do you think it'll be part of the Chrome kit?
Well, Chrome is really separate because Chrome comes with a prosthesis to the day of surgery.
You don't need one. Yeah.
You don't really need one.
That makes sense.
There are some variations of it where if doctors really want to print and try to have a quote-unquote final type restoration on the day of surgery, we can kind of take the system and put the two together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're really kind of separate.
Interesting.
Because you don't have to buy any technology at all to do a guided smile case.
No, yeah.
Box shows
it's all
up,
done.
Start cutting the bone down,
Yeah. That's awesome.
You can always tell when you geek out and when I geek out. Because I am completely lost and you're all in. So it's not that I...
We could talk about ceramics. He does everything there.
No, I just think it's cool.
Well, the inhibitor in this whole brave new world of photogrammetry is that doctors go take these wonderful courses that we support. We do the design work behind not even behind the scenes. We send technicians to the photogrammetry courses.
Yeah.
And they do some mouse pushing while as soon as the patient's being sutured, we're pushing a mouse. And the doctors go and they do freehand guided. They learn 15 patients over 3 days, and they knock out these beautiful surgeries. And they go home, and their bill is $50,000 for a scanner.
Yeah.
And then let's $40,000 for.
Pick a price. It's a lot. Yeah.
But all told with, I won't, I'm throwing numbers out there, but by the time you buy the equipment, you got to buy a printer, curing unit, cleaning station. You have to train your staff. Somebody in the office is going to have to pinkify it. You can't just put monochromatic stuff in the mouth. Yeah. By the time you're done with all that expense, you're into this a lot. And you can't even get started because you can't buy one of these scanners.
You can't get them, yeah. I know a doctor that's been waiting, I think, since I started my new job, which is now 5 months.
Yeah. And 5 months is short. You could do a case on Monday morning with grammetry easily, and you can do it with your iOS scanner. You don't
Any iOS?
No. There's a lot of naughty iOSs out there. Yeah. We have quote unquote validated the 3-shape, the later Trioses.
5, I think.
Yeah, well, the 4 will work. Probably the 3 too. They just do a bit. The nice thing about there's some parameters.
Okay.
You have to be able to scan something 360.
Yeah.
And some of these scanners just, as soon as you roll the thing over, it goes, why am I on the inside? Why am I on the inside of the patient?
Yeah.
I like scanning teeth.
Yeah.
You know, I like the iTero scanner, but I would never try to scan a denture with it or a full palate or sutured tissue.
What about the Medit? I think I watched a video of you doing a Medit.
The Medit 5, 6, 7, the Trios 4, 5, the Straumann Virtual Vivo.
Yeah.
That thing does a nice job.
Prime.
And absolutely the Prime.
Prime is amazing.
Yeah. You could scan your house with the Prime, inside out. Ask the people inside to stop moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could scan them.
That's it. Yeah.
The nice thing about the Prime and the Medit is that you can keep adding and add if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing,
you're screwed.
And I don't mean this to be mean.
They never know what they're doing.
No, the Prime Scan, go learn from somebody. Go take a course from Taran Agarwal and learn how to stack your scans. Yeah. Because T-Bone will teach you how to take 13 scans and put them all together in one stack and send it to the lab. It's freaking brilliant.
Really?
But if you don't do it right, then that crazy software will try to pretend like your tissue is one scan and your teeth are another, and it'll invert them.
Really?
Yes, I've seen it over and over again come in the lab. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
It comes in and you think you're treating Predator. because it's everywhere. Yeah, it's terrible. But if you do it right, and if you do it with we work with Isaac Towell.
Okay, yeah,
Dr. Towell, and he's a KOL for Medit. This guy can stack anything. Just as an example, he'll scan the patient before. He'll scan the patient with scan bodies, scan it with PIC, scan it with iCam, scan it with the grammetry scans. Yeah. Scan the study model, and he uses either tissue or teeth or some kind of landmark, and stack and stack and stack and stack.
Like he has to do that on the system himself, or does the system do it for him?
It does it for him. He just has to tell it what to do. If you don't tell it what to do, it thinks it's now it's trying to mesh Alien and Predator together.
That's hilarious.
Has no idea.
I had no idea either.
It might not be my last Alien and Predator reference either. You
guys
you got a few more.
Yeah.
Couple.
I got
a Sigourney Weaver in there and you win.
How many people are on that ship? It was on last night. The Aliens.
Was it really?
Yeah, the second one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aliens. That's a great movie. We know what you did last night. You stayed inside and watched Aliens.
At the big bar.
Do you know when last night, while the rest of the world was, I don't know what the hell they were doing, I was in my hotel room with a new implant software at 1 a.m. designing another Zygo guide. Yes.
Never stop working.
Oh, it's so much fun.
And you look like you enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. It was so much fun. We're making these Zygo. It's a metal guide that bolts on the face. Kind of like the Norris one.
Yeah.
But that they won't talk to us, so I had to go make something similar to theirs. And we've already been to 1 surgery. We're doing 2 more next week, and these oral surgeons are, they want to get involved in it.
Guided Zygo case.
Yeah.
That's
cool. It's just the coolest thing. And we're making it kind of like Chrome. You bolt 2 guides on, one for the left and right, one for the 2 on the left and the other. You can include a pterygoid, and then we load a chrome prosthesis on the guides during surgery and pick them up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I've never designed a Zygo guide because, you have to worry about, a regular guide, your nerve and all that, but this you got to worry about eyeballs.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm a little closer to the eye. Let's move it a little bit.
The longest planning sessions we have with doctors are the Zygo ones. For the most, yeah. You have to you set the anterior one first. Set that, happy, then you go to the posterior and see if you have room or not. Yeah, but we only do it with oral surgeons.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. You know, they'll raise their hand. Yeah, I'm an oral surgeon. Order a guide. I hope not.
Super GP.
Yep.
We're at about 40 Zygo guides now in the past couple of years.
Wow.
And only OMS. Only OMS. Kind of just.
What software does those guides? What do you guys use?
We were just using Blue Sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Chrome Guided Smile is going into a whole new, brave new world starting in about 60 days on a new software. And we've been doing a lot of
For
beta.
planning?
Yeah,
Nice.
planning.
Cool.
And actually, it's kind of cool. We're going to do the whole. I know we kind of deviated from our initial topic, but I'll throw grammetry in there once in a while since we're talking. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're working with a software now where you can actually do the preliminary, set the teeth, then plan it, then design the guide, export it. I'm going to drift off because I don't want to give all the details.
Yeah, I get you. You
It's
basically do everything.
As you might say, it's a sexy MFR.
Yeah.
Really sexy. Really sexy. And inside of that software, we can plan zygos and the prosthesis.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Ro's always been like the cutting edge of all this.
Bleeding.
It doesn't.
The
I don't
bleeding
even know how
edge.
you keep
The
up
bleeding
on
edge.
The bleeding. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we see the successes, but I'm sure there's a lot of humps and valleys along the way to get what you're doing.
You know, we're really, really careful about releasing something. I would hope that most responsible companies are like that.
Yeah.
We do things in the lab first, and then we pick a couple of key KOLs.
Yeah.
If you want to roll something out where you're putting a 60-millimeter implant with your guide right next to the eyeball, you better pick the right person who knows how to do it without your guide. So that's what we do.
Yeah, that's smart.
That kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But even something like, which, we've failed a couple times at this because we were promised by vendors, here, try this resin. It'll stay in the mouth for 6 months on 6 implants, and it'll last no problem. Well, it doesn't.
Yeah.
They said it's hard and strong and pretty, but they always leave out the word brittle.
Yeah.
Something could be hard
Yeah,
and
of
brittle at
course.
the same time.
Yeah, because it has all the tests except the one where you throw it down the stairs and see if it breaks.
Yeah.
That's the lab test. We have a concrete staircase in the back of the building. We go down to the lower level, the printing level, and before we put a denture in the market or a prosthetic, throw it down the stairs.
But they drive over it very slowly in a big truck.
Oh, you haven't zoomed in on that shim, huh? That's a total shim. Zoom in on one of those one day. You'll see it has been realigned 3 times with some kind of super resin.
Yeah.
John Deere won't break it.
We fill it with super glue, Gorilla Glue.
So funny. They go, I've seen the truck go over it. I go, I know. Look, we ran over a Mazda X5. Not the X5, the Mazda CV5, something like that. We drove over with a Mazda CV5 in the parking lot 6 times, and all 6 times the denture broke.
Yeah.
So you can run your 10-ton John Deere over it all afternoon.
No way.
I don't know what. Give me that denture.
Yeah.
I bet you can't even put a drill through it.
They never show a video of just dropping in the sink. They never do.
Which is what they should do.
Which is exactly what they should do.
Which is we make fun little videos of chucking dentures all the way across the laboratory and going picking them up and showing they're still in one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to a dog. Let's see what really happens.
Yes. Real life experience,
Yeah,
right?
no
Give
one's
it to your
driving
Give
them
it to
over
a
with their
dog.
car.
Yes. Do it. Leave it in your mouth for a month so they like it.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah.
And then give it to them.
Man.
Right?
Yep.
Oh,
Nice.
I'll tell you. Don't give it to your dog. It'll break. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
sharp. It'll cut their mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always had the don't try this at home.
Right.
Alan, thank you so much, man.
Hey, that was fun, right?
Yeah.
I know you were nervous, but
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
I'm talking to the great Alan Banks, man. That makes me nervous.
I was thinking I was just going to talk to the great Elvis.
Yeah, we're a bunch of great people. Alan, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good to
Thank
see
you. All right.
Thanks.
No editing now. Leave it all in there.
Oh, you know it.
There
All
is
right.
no editing
all
on
right,
that.
buddy. Bye.
Bye. So this is exciting. I don't think we've ever had somebody all the way from China
Yes.
visit us at LMT Lab Day.
Right?
Yeah. This is my first time come to Labor Day.
Nice. So Millie
Yeah.
Tang, what part of China are you from?
From the middle of China, Changsha.
Chang. I'm not
Changsha
even-
actually
yeah.
is the Chiao Mao. It's Chiao Mao's
Okay.
hometown.
So what do you do? Are you a dental
Are you a
technician?
ceramist?
No, actually, we are zirconia block manufacturer.
Oh, you
Wow.
make zirconia
Yeah,
blocks or pucks?
We smile happy zirconia blocks.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so you sell them here in America?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, do you sell them all over the world?
Yeah, we sell a lot, more than 40 countries.
Wow.
And the USA is our big market. Here.
Is it really?
Yeah. I went to New York last week.
Oh, for the Greater New York show?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
What do you do there? Are you sales or are you?
We are exhibitor. We have a booth here.
You have a booth here,
In
yeah.
the West Hall.
In the West Hall.
Yeah,
Okay.
West Hall Tang.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you find out about us?
Outside there is
Really?
a post.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yay, the banner worked.
And
Yes. The
So-
banner works. Yes.
So in China now, we'll have a listener, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, fans, and I will put in Facebook links and our WeChat group to let my friends know there
Thank
is a
you.
voice about dental lab.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so interesting and so helpful for me and for my colleagues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've got 270 some odd episodes,
Yeah.
and anybody can come on, and as long as it's dental related, of course.
Yeah.
But you can learn so much.
Yes,
We think
yes.
about all the content that we've got that somebody like yourself can access and just spread the word, let them know.
You know, I'm so happy because when I was in school, I like listening to the broadcast. And now today I can hear. Oh,
You'll be
it's
able-
so
Yeah.
exciting. I'm so happy. And so thanks for Barbara and
Yeah.
thanks for you. You are so important for me.
Aw. And just so our listeners know, literally, you've been so kind coming back and forth because Elvis and we've been a little
We've
busy
been a little
today.
packed.
You
And
yeah.
Millie,
You've waited patiently.
she's waited so patiently. It was so sweet. And I see this beautiful red coat. I'm like, oh, we got to talk to her. And you're just so gracious. So
You know, I also have a dream. Yeah, I want to say my dream here.
Yeah.
You know, we are the cornea manufacturer and we're from China. I wish I can have a company in the future like Henry Xiang and Ivoclar.
Oh.
These two companies is my idol.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say my idol here, Ivoclar and Henry Xiang.
Yep.
Yes.
100
Henry
years-
Shine, I think, is right over
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Ivoclar is
But I mean,
just
Ivoclar, 100
unbelievable.
years ago, they all started with
Yes,
one product.
exactly.
Yes, it's a great company, and I wish I can. You see, I'm still young. I have enough time.
Yes,
and I
you
hope,
do.
And I hope I can have a company like this.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, and
You
I
could
bet
have
you
a
will.
ballroom one day, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got all this beautiful energy, and you're here, and you're just checking everything out and learning so much. And
Yeah, if the dream come true, I will invite you both. You come to we'll celebrate together.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll talk to you again and find out how did you get there.
yeah, maybe even next LMT day next year.
Yeah,
And you'll be even bigger and bigger and
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
here by
yeah.
yourself, or are you here with some?
I'm the owner.
I know, but do you have somebody here with you, or are you by
yeah,
yourself?
yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a colleague, Amy. He's now in the booth and come here.
Well, good. I'm glad you're not by yourself.
So how did you open up a zirconia? How did you even get into that?
Actually, I know this business from a friend, and now about 10 years. Yeah, and we built a factory together with our partners. Yeah, I still have some teachers.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's all zirconia for the dental.
Yes, all the zirconia
Pucks and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
actually, all the materials, pucks, mini burrs,
Oh, you do burrs and everything.
denture materials, the polish green tools.
Oh, you do all that?
Yeah, it's one-stop materials.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you say America is your biggest market?
Yeah.
Wow. That
Yeah.
surprises me.
Yeah, so we have FDA approved, so the cornea block is our biggest market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long have you had this business?
About 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. She looks super young.
Yeah,
No,
would you
I'm-
start when you were 3?
I'm 40 years old.
Wow.
You're 40 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. A young entrepreneur, female from
Yeah.
China. I bet you don't see that a lot, do you?
Maybe because of the Asian face.
Maybe, but that's pretty successful of you to go out on your own as young as you were, because you said it was 10 years ago, so you were 30. So I'm sure you invested, and, there's all that pressure, and wow, that's pretty cool. We're sitting next to an idol rat here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So
We
your
gotta get her a shirt.
zirconia, Zirconia, do you have the multi-layer and all that, or what's
Yeah.
popular?
Actually, the multi-layer is very popular now because it's very easy to glaze. With just 3 stops, you mirror and the center and the glaze.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it?
Yeah.
And you're done,
Very
out the
easy.
door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works with all mills?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's very easy to handle. So the multi-layer is very popular. It's more nature. Yeah. It is nature like our true teeth.
Yeah.
Do you have different sizes?
Yeah, we have 19.8 different thickness from 10 millimeter to 35.
35,
Wow.
wow. That's a big
I don't
honker.
know. In U.S. market, some customer need 30 and 35.
Yeah.
It's
So they're doing large bridges or deep this way.
maybe because the
They're big
people is
people.
big people.
Yeah. Football players.
Teeth for horses. Yeah.
Everyone here is big.
Yeah, that's true. They're mostly big this way, though. You can see my
far,
hands.
Yeah.
Well, it is America.
Yeah.
You know
Good
how
old
we roll.
America. What's the top shade you sell here in America compared to other countries? Is it the same?
What?
Do you sell different shades?
Different shade is same. It's Vita 16 shades and the bleach 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your biggest selling shade? Do you know?
Biggest shade I think is A2.
A2, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
common.
And bleach, right?
Yeah,
like
yes,
a
yeah,
BL4
yes.
or something super white, because we are Americans and we like white.
Yes, bleach is very popular. Oh, I went to Turkey last 2 weeks. They order all bleach. Wow. All bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they are the back haven of Europe. All the Europe go there to make this because the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do people get your teeth or get your zirconia?
Get your teeth. That was cute.
How do people get your zirconia? Do you sell direct? Do you sell through a distributor? Or?
Actually, we for other countries we do distributor, we do partnership, but in United States we don't have a dealer yet, so we are looking for a dealer.
Oh.
So we sell to the Millie Center directly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So individual labs can't buy it yet.
The labs can buy, yes.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very easy. We ship by DHL, UPS, FedEx, 3 to 5 days arrive.
Wow.
And it comes directly from
And
your
it's
manufacturer.
Door to door, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's very fast.
And what price range do you have for your pucks?
Price? Our price is actually in the high level because we use the best powder from China. So our price range is about 75 to 95.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not bad.
For 40 millimeter, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
So where do they go? What's the website?
Website is www.withmyhappyj.com.
So it's V Smile?
Yes.
V
as in
Smile.
Victor.
Withmyhappyj.
Yep.
Withmyhappyj.com.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's very easy. You can. It's very easy to find in Facebook, with my Zirconia blog.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Awesome.
easy.
Yeah, yeah, very
That's
easy.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for you.
And for me, it's my lucky day to meet you.
Aw,
so
thank
so
you.
happy.
Absolutely. Thank
To-
you.
It's really a great day and a lucky day in my life.
Aw,
we
thank
appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara.
luck to
and
you.
We wish good luck to you all and have a nice day.
Thank
and
you.
I wish after 10 years, I still can meet you to
Oh, yeah, we'll be
celebrate
here.
with my success.
Oh,
Yes.
high five.
Yes.
I see it.
Nice.
I can
It's
tell by
awesome.
your
Thank
energy.
you so much.
Good luck.
Millie, thank you.
Okay, good day.
We are here at the LMT Lab Day, Ivoclar Grand Ballroom,
Chicago.
Monica Buchanan.
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 Yep. Like the president.
There's a President Buchanan. What was he, like number 2 or something?
Something like that. It was
Yeah.
right before Lincoln.
Really?
Damn.
He wasn't very
That's a
popular.
hard reference to go from.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Are you related?
I'm not sure.
No, you're not sure. You need to do one of those.
If it was, it's by marriage. It's fine.
Well, you're super cool. CDT out of, where are you from? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Sweet.
Wisconsin.
Waterford.
I've seen you back and forth and back and forth. Thank you for coming by.
I was say I've met Elvis. I came in August to the
you were there.
Thing.
Yeah, that little thing that they did. The what was it? During the race day, education day.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic!
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you're here in Chicago. What are you here for?
Well, I came this morning. I got the edutainer, the 2-hour class for the
removables.
Anthony. Yes, that was fun. They were giving away free mimosas.
That's what I saw.
Yes.
You had a mimosa.
Yes.
I'm like, there's a cocktail over
Anthony's
there.
a good
Where
guy.
did she
I've known
get
him
that?
for years.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The mimosas were a surprise.
So what?
It's like, good
what
morning. Wake up. Here, drink.
So, what did you learn? Was it hands-on?
Well, he did bring out some implants, some things like that. He talked about all the different removable kind of stuff, everything from digital to analog, which I really kind of like how he put everything together with just how to take a good impression and that kind of stuff. I got my CDT while I was working in a bigger lab doing only one thing specifically, and I ended up leaving there and going somewhere else. And now
orthodontics, it looks like.
Yes, well, I'm certified in orthodontics. And
wow, you're
the one.
You, yeah.
I'm the one.
You're the only one. No, I'm kidding.
So I ended up leaving there and going to a really small clinic area up in Brookfield, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been kind of eye-opening being able to go out into the clinic, see everything.
Yeah.
So you're working directly with patients?
Directly with 2 dentists.
Okay.
And
wow.
they get the patients. I don't have to deal with that so much. I get my little closet and all my stuff.
Yeah.
So are you a little bit of digital? Do they scan? How does that work?
Right now we're still working on both. We just got, I can't even remember the name of the printer, but we got the printer that prints, we can do about 6 models in about 15 minutes.
What the heck?
It's fast.
You don't know the name of this thing? Sounds pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. They're here somewhere.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure they are, yeah.
Wow, that's fast.
I should remember all the names of things.
So how did you get into all this?
I call her my aunt, but my Aunt Jill Dexter, she actually got me started in the whole lab stuff when I was about 20, didn't have a job, and she was like, well, you're good with your hands, try something, see what happens. And
that's what my dad did. Here you go.
Yeah. And then it kind of went away, came back, went away, and then it just got worse from there. And I worked for a big company at the time. They said that they need at least one CDT in order to sell to specific places.
Yep.
They pushed that for a little while. There was bonuses, so I really pushed for that. And then COVID happened, so 1, I had more time to study, and then 2
So you got your CDT during COVID?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
By myself on the computer. It was really hard.
How was that
did you do the virtual one?
Yes. I love the virtual
Yes.
testing. That was a lot of fun. It's super easy to kind of just be on your own and not have just the pressure of all of this other travel and all of these other things to do.
I was the beta for that, by the way.
Awesome.
They came to my lab and wanted to make sure, how do you put the camera, how do you do this, and have the candidate on screen the whole time, and I knew it was just going to take off.
Yeah, I loved it.
Describe what that is. You get the test is online?
Yeah, you have to have your. Well, go ahead.
So I had my laptop, and you sign up for the test. You pick your date, and then you have some time during that entire month to sit down and get on it. You take your phone and you have it set up on a camera. You talk to the lady. What do they call those?
There's a proctor.
Yeah.
Proctor, yeah.
So they have the proctor. She tells you everything to do. It's really kind of laid back and relaxed. I ended up going to the library to have like a little study room.
Oh, okay.
To do
That's
it
a good
there
idea,
so that it was quiet. And
even
out of
at
the way.
home, people get distracted.
Well, I have 3 dogs.
Oh, only 3?
I have 3 cats and
I have
2
5
dogs.
dogs.
I was going to say, I can hear your dogs. Mine are louder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine are all real small.
Yeah, mine are big fluffies.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the first time I actually took the test, so I failed the long test, the comprehensive.
hands-on?
I failed it twice.
Did they tell you what part? Like what part?
They break it up into ceramics. They break it up into dentures. They break it up that way, but they don't tell you, like, what the problem was. I'm terrible at ceramics, so I knew that I had to really kind of push to go back and learn some of that. But, I had the book, and I just kept going, and every time I went back, I was like, oh, okay. But it was frustrating to...
So I'm sorry, you failed the written.
Yes, the written test.
Okay, that makes more sense.
The
'cause I
practical
totally get
test,
that.
I blazed
you
through
breezed
no
right
problem.
through that. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we hear.
Yeah.
It's that written. That's the hardest
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, it was
It
very
is.
difficult.
But like I said before, we were saying tonight, or today, this morning, is that it helps you learn all kinds of things that you wouldn't have known.
Yes.
Kind of like math. You might not need them, but it's good to know that knowledge.
Yes, and for the setups and everything that you have to learn from dentures really goes into hand with everything with orthodontics and everything else. Like the structure of everything is all together.
Yeah.
Like you need it. And it does help. Coming here and being able to go to the classes and stuff like that, the education day, that all was super helpful to be able to like see what's going on.
Was that was after your CDT though?
Just after.
Just after.
But I did come to lab day last year.
So does the Proctor? What is
Proctor.
it? Proctor. Do they just stare at you while you take this thing?
It feels like it.
Really? That's
But it's
awkward.
just a camera, so you just like shove it in the back, and they have to see the computer screen and you. So you're not getting up doing anything. You're not changing the screen.
Oh, they're not looking at your face. They're kind of looking at what you're
They're just looking at your
They want to make sure that they keep it, from anybody doing something.
So when you look at your hand and there's writing all over it, they want to be able to know that. Yeah.
No notes.
I get it.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, it's pretty laid back compared to having to go in and actually.
And you're in
take
your
a test.
space.
Yes.
And
or the
I think
library.
that it's a comfort. Yeah.
Works.
Yeah. That's what I like.
And what about
it.
the hands-on test? Did you do that?
I did.
Remotely? How was that experience?
I did that at the lab, and it was stressful at first trying to make sure I set everything up and made sure everything was working. But, I mean, the day it came in, the proctor was on, very cool, calm, collected, really easy to work with, and he really, talked everything out. And it was
So
really
if you go to another part of the lab, you have to bring your phone with you and be like,
yes.
This is me
So
walking.
I have my little pod on the back so I can take it and just set it there and make sure everything's good. And
Was there ever a time where they're like, can you move the camera a little bit?
Yep.
Do they?
Yeah.
You're like, I can't see what
Yeah.
you're doing. Wow.
So they'll tell you where to put it, but still, they're very nice. So
Are they?
it's not like I can't see anything.
Because
I
they're
don't know
not
what you're doing.
dental people. It's like a third
Yeah,
party.
it could be. It could be, yeah.
Just a
pretty
test
much.
company.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
they
for
don't-
verify,
Yeah.
that the candidate's being straight up and not
Yep.
doing anything that's,
I think the most stressful part about it
Illegal.
was waiting.
yeah.
To take it?
It was about 6 weeks before you find out if you passed or not.
Yeah, that was the hardest.
Why
6
does
weeks.
that take so long?
I don't know.
I'm looking at you, Barb. 'cause
I'm
you
on
said
the
you-
board. That's why he's looking
Yeah.
at me.
Why
I'm
does it
not
take so
sure,
long?
but
I've heard this
it
from
was hard
people.
for me too.
It seems like it takes a long time to get a grade.
Well, I don't even want to tell anybody that I took it then because everybody's like, well, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah.
I'm like, stop talking to me.
I had somebody today. They came to me because, look, I'm a CDT. I was like, when'd you do that? And it's like, oh, just a couple of months. Why did you tell me? In case I didn't get it. I was
Yep.
like,
yeah,
Yep.
I wanted to tell you.
Jeez.
I'm hearing a lot of it though. We're getting a resurgence of the CDTs right now, and I'm
That's
so
awesome.
happy and so proud of that.
Good. Yeah, I try. I have one coworker I'm pushing to help. I want her to.
Good. That's what I was
have
going to
at
say.
it.
So, what's your day like? Like, what do you do with 2 doctors and
It depends. Right now, I mean, all the appliances that they ask for is what we work on every day. We have the printer, so we can bring
Ooh.
everything in, kind of work on that.
When you say ortho, all I think is Holly routine.
Yeah, so
Do you
I-
do
So
like
I do-
100 of those a day?
I do a lot of expanders. Is one thing that we
Oh,
get a
those
lot
things
of.
are wicked looking,
And
man.
they just look painful,
They
don't they? I'm
do.
sad. I'm sad all
I
the
almost
time.
want to wear one just to feel like it, to see what it's like.
But I do a lot of expanders, Hollies. I do mods. Sometimes they come up with some other crazy stuff. I do
Yeah.
a lot of Pontics, so small partials, acrylic partials. That's where a lot of the CDT stuff comes in to help out
Yeah.
with that. Pontics have kind of been my thing. A lot of people have said that about it.
what do you mean, Pontics?
So when they need a partial, if they only need one Pontic,
okay,
Pontics, I make
gotcha.
a Holly
so it's
retainer
or
with
it's
the- with the-
removable, and okay, got it. I know what a Pontic is on a
I was gonna
bridge,
say,
but I
come
didn't
on
know
now.
ortho-wise. So
Even I know that term. I don't need
know.
Allie for
He's
that.
looking at me like, where's your brain?
Yeah, why don't
And
you
I
know
think-
that?
I don't. I'm sorry.
So.
Do you do clear aligners? Does the office
Yes.
do those?
So when we do a debond, we have a debond day. They take the braces off, and
Yeah.
we print those models out the same day. They come back in the evening, and they get their clear retainer to hold everything together once they're done.
Do you print those, or do you still do a suck down over a model with
A
those?
suck down.
We
over
do a
the
suck down
model.
on
Yeah.
Biostar.
Yeah.
So it's still fun. That's a busy day.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet. I mean, that's a quick turnaround
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
So, but
So they
it's
scan, you print the model, then you suck down over the model?
Yep.
Do you ever have to, and I hear this all the time with these kind of things, where you print the model, dupe the model, pour the model so you can use stone?
I do that.
Diagnostics. Yes.
So
Removable people do that.
Oh,
You're like, what's
yes.
the
All
point
the
of
time.
printing a
Craziness
model?
is what it is.
So I do it a lot with anything I have to solder because we don't like to solder on the resin.
Yeah.
Why? Because it melts it?
Yes.
The fumes are terrible.
Funky.
The water?
The fumes are terrible.
it-
Like, even with suction and everything, I just kind of leave
You
it alone.
hit that
so.
resin, it just smells like.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
smokes badly. It burns. So, yeah. We prefer, my lab, we prefer to just do the models, make everything on that. We can, go back and forth, check it. Everything's good. But that's the biggest thing that I don't like
I have
to
not
play
heard
with.
that, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Usually it's removables, and they can't, they.
So we did
It
get
sticks
like
or
the
something.
dip the thermic from putting it in the pressure pot and all
Yeah.
that. It sticks right. It adheres right to it. So even with the silicone or the separator and stuff like that, it doesn't do anything. There is one, like we call it dip, but I can't remember what it is. But it's a separator specifically for the digital models. It works.
Okay.
You have to redo it a couple of times. Make sure you got a nice thick layer in there. But that does work. It's still kind of a pain in the butt, but I mean, it's good.
Instead of making crowns, we need better models for removables and soldering.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do
I'm
you
game
use
for
to
that.
solder? You use like a laser or a torch or
I
what?
just use a hand torch still.
Cool.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard the term solder in years and years and years.
Because
We don't do
everybody
PFMs
went
at
to
our labs
laser
anymore.
welding
Yeah.
back in,
Yep.
the early 2000s.
I've used a laser welder in my last place.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's an expensive thing
It
that
is expensive.
we necessarily don't need, so just kind of
Don't worry about it.
stay old school with it. And
Yeah. Do a lot of banded loops.
yeah.
Yeah. I know that's a big thing.
Did they put a lot of pressure on you, or do you have a fairly consistent day? Do you get time? How does that work? Your
Everything is
turnaround
pretty
time there.
Fairly consistent. On debond days, like I said, everything can get pretty hectic. Every once in a while, he'll try to bust out with a same-day haulie or something like that, and I mean, he did it at like 4 o'clock, and we were going to leave at 5, and I looked at him and I was like, can we schedule them a little later, please? Like
When leaving to come here?
it was actually last Thursday at 4 o'clock. He was like, we're going to do 2 haulies, and I'm like,
I was like, you don't do anything at 4 o'clock on a Thursday that's going to take 4 hours.
right. So it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm actually pretty fast at everything I do, so I mean, I can do it. But then I look at them like, do you want that, or do you want a little bit more quality? Do you want this thing to be
Yes,
pristine?
Exactly. I love that. Yeah, exactly.
So, then he'll go, oh, I guess they can wait a day.
I can half this if you would like.
Right. I can get through it.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's great.
Well, that's
a
so
lot of
great.
fun.
Thank you for coming on, Monica.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And hanging out and listening to us and being pro CDT and all those other great things. Thank you.
So wonderful seeing
Appreciate
you
it.
guys. I went and
Absolutely.
stopped and saw Ace this morning.
Oh, you did?
I sure did.
Have
I
you
bought
read
the
that book?
I started to read it. I'm going
I
to go
haven't.
traveling soon, so I have more to read. But
He's a super cool dude.
yes, I like him.
I mean,
he just,
seriously.
like, even hearing about it through you guys, because I listened to the podcast
Yeah.
already and did all that, and I was like, yeah, that guy has, somebody I want to see.
Yep.
Introduce
Yeah.
myself to.
He's
He's
a-
cool.
I think
He
you're
tells
gonna
a
see
great
him more
story.
often. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. It's not so much the story, it's just the way he tells it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's like he's got a gift. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I traveled a lot. I did I'm a military brat, so I do all that.
Oh, yeah.
I am in the Legion with the guys and all that kind of stuff, and I've traveled quite a bit. So I have a few experiences that
You
that
could
are
talk about.
interesting with the book. Maybe not talk about 'em.
Yeah. Don't
But,
put it out there if you don't want it out there.
Well,
you know?
and I sent you the video of what I did to how I felt about that Air Force book by the time I was finished with it. So
Yes. I remember
Gee, I can
that.
imagine what that looked like.
Awesome.
was
Have
good.
a great
Right.
rest of the day.
But
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, Voices from the Bench listeners. This is Janelle Tabakovich, and if you are going to LMT Lab Day West, you won't want to miss on the hands-on course. I am hosting a gingival composite course, bringing dentures to life with SR Mexico. I'll teach you how to take your analog and digital dentures to the next level. You'll learn my signature techniques of layering for natural gum tinting that will give you the confidence to provide not only an attractive appearance, but also a long-lasting prosthesis. If you want to take your dentures to the next level, visit lmtmag.com, or you can simply go to my Instagram page, JT Lab Queen, and just click the link in the bio. Don't be a square. Take your dentures to the next level. Sign up today.
Thank you guys, Alan, Millie, and Monica, for sitting down with us at the Ivoclar Ballroom at LMT Lab Day Chicago. You know, we all know that Roe Dental Lab is huge at staying ahead of the curve, and when it comes to technology and innovation, it doesn't look like Alan has any plans of slowing down. We would love to have him on again sometime to learn what other things that they are doing. Maybe he'll let us in on some of their secrets, but it's really great to meet a female business owner, and Millie has plans to take over the world, literally. And to all those ortho-techs out there wanting to take it to the next level, do what Monica did and get your CDT. She was super cool also. I loved her vibe. She just waited around as well. Super great interviews. So nice work, everybody.
Excellent. That's all we got for you, and we will talk to you next week. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetheart, I'm ready.